Yeah, can't believe it. There's no pipe boot here. So it did a walk around. I always do a pan around of the property, get pictures and everything. Looking up from this backside by the pool, I noticed something didn't look right with this. Now that I'm up here, yeah, that is confirmed. I don't know if this is, I mean, regardless, it's the first. Seeing just strictly ice and water cut with where a pipe boot should go, there's no pipe boot. So I don't know if this is a new pipe that was installed at some point and they put ice and water in and cut this but never put the boot in. Maybe you're going to come back. I really have no clue. That doesn't quite make sense. Usually an HVAC guy will cut a hole and send the pipe through, and then they make a mess of things. I don't know if this is during this roof install. They planned on putting one here and put the ice and water around it, but never did. But either way, we're going to take care of it. I do stock at least a pipe boot or two of various sizes on the truck at all times in my toolbox. We're going to go ahead and address this. When I was back here and saw it, I did bring a pipe boot up, so we're going to go grab the pipe boot and we're going to slip this in after removing some shingles here, get this addressed for this homeowner real quick. We'll do this one uncut, unedited for you. If you could, give it a quick thumbs up. My name is Brian with Grand Roofing. I share what I know here for you guys, so hopefully you can learn. This will be a, not even a replacement, but an install of a pipe boot because somebody did not. So let's get the stuff we need and get this done for you. Pipe boot, nailer, flat bar, caulking, extra shingles if I need it. If we do this carefully, we shouldn't damage them. This shingle here probably only goes up 13 inches. Do I have my tape notes in the toolbox? I'm guessing it probably only goes about that high. If we put this down, it's a 3-inch pipe. It should fit like this, but hold the pipe so you don't break a PVC joint. Just looking here. I'm going to put it on top of this row. I don't want to go under it because it's just not going to be good. It's not going to go under far enough. So we're going to remove these two and then get that worked in there. I'll try to talk through and narrate what I see, what I'm thinking, why I'm doing what I do. I'm gonna get this shingle loose. Actually, I could probably, since there's a keyway right here, a drip groove, split these loose and just slip the pipe boot in at an angle. So we're gonna split the seal strip here. I like to go to the edge of a shingle. It relaxes the shingle enough to get in there. We're just gonna start by getting the nail out, and there's never even a nail put in right there. They spaced it over here in a keyway, which is not good. If there's no nail here, which there's not, I'm thinking what they did is they meant to put a pipe boot in, continued roofing. Maybe they didn't have one on the truck or on the job site, wrong size, whatever the case may be. Then thought about trimming this, protecting with some ice, and not nailing here and coming back to put it in, but they forgot. Whatever the case may be, if that is the case, their foreman, their quality control did not do his job. Because it got missed. Yeah, it's completely loose there. It's gonna make my job easier though. That should be far enough over to not catch the shingle. It should slip out. No nails here, no nail here. Come all the way over. If you're wondering why I split a shingle all the way to the edge, this one's coming out. But why did I split this one to that edge? If that's pinned down, I just spoke about this in another video. If you haven't watched, check it out. But you lift this to get those nails out, you're gonna possibly tear that. So if you split it all the way, it allows this to give from its point where it's pinned to here with leverage to roll up a little bit easier to get these nails and shingles free. So that's why you'll see me split to an end of a shingle that I'm working on. Oh shit, I may have had the camera down way too low for you guys. I do apologize. I try to keep this channel clean. I think I said a bad word right there. This one, I believe, has one more nail, and it should come out. Oh, headlap. Right there is one. Right there's one. Now it should come out. That one's a little tight. Those of you wondering, you don't want to put a nail that close to a shingle drip groove keyway joint. Almost feels like they put one, yeah, I think it's better than the top of that. Just gonna pop that free. Get that out. Get that started. Typically, if you do this just right, and you can flex these shingles, roll this just enough. You don't need to take out more than you need to, but if you risk damaging a shingle, then don't do that, obviously. Now, if they would have installed this right, in my opinion, let's go back and look at this real quick right down here. You can't see it because it's covered, but I don't think this shingle's headlamp here went up high enough. I would have put this shingle uncut here all the way up. This, honestly, I wasn't even charging for this. I happened to see this after I got down here. Drove by this a week or two back and quoted the repair on that shingle over there in these hip and ridge areas. I didn't even know this existed here, but we're gonna address it. Now, because I have a drill gun and a hex head screw with threads, I'm going to show what I mentioned in other videos, a lot of my pipe boot videos, about not screwing or nailing the outer edge, down this edge or the bottom. I like to try to keep it hidden by this, keep them in a little bit, but threads are good because they will not back out. So I've got a exposed fastener, steel rift screw here, self-tapping threads, hex head with a neoprene washer. Right here, any of the water that runs down this, I mean, honestly, I don't know how it wasn't leaking any worse. It's probably been running down the pipe in a wall where they don't even know, but it'll split. So water splitting past this, very little is gonna hit right there. So what I'm gonna do with this, because I wanna show you guys. I think I set my drill right there. If you're wondering why the harness isn't on me, it's because I am me, not you. I had it on up on a steeper section 2-story over there. This is a walkable flat area. I'm not using it. All right, right down here, up from the bottom a little ways where you're gonna hit wood, but not anywhere near the outer edge or bottom edge due to water running in under. Don't overdrive it. That's because this is cut out, so I want to pull down a little bit. And then we're gonna tack them up higher on the flange here. That shingle just tore. I don't like to put any nails around this edge where water diverts. We're gonna just set this shingle in its position to dry fit this and cut this. It's cold, so I'm gonna use snips and just cut it. We're just going eyeballing this. We'll trim it again if needed. And probably to about the midpoint right here, that shadow line. The shingles are cold, they don't want to cut easy, and I've done this before. People had commented, so I figured I'd show it in this video. Don't worry if you need to cut it again, it's easier to cut a second time. Although if I do jack one up, I do have another shingle, a couple shingles in the truck. So we're gonna go a little higher, probably to the common bond, and terminate at this midpoint right here. Just try to keep that radius nice. That side didn't need a lot, it was more so here. We'll start bringing that back to terminate near that midpoint. That's pretty good. You should also have a little small channel for water to run out through there too. That one's a little tight. We're going to open that up just a little bit. Try to get this rolled back under. We'll address that tear right there if we need. The shingle, as long as it starts, go behind the pipe and keep it rolled up under here. Rolled like a little bit of a taco. Definitely easier when it's warmer or with another set of hands. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. that'll be fine. I'd prefer it not happen, but it's far enough over. I'm gonna also seal and put a shim under there. I'd prefer not to have another oddball shingle out back here, and it won't hurt anything. Shoot all that down. If I wanted to take it out, we're gonna go to here, to here, here. Yeah, let's just pop it out. It is a little on the close side, and I don't want to just cock here because I'm trying to show good things. If you do something like that, your reputation, it's not worth it. Just pop it out real quick. I do have the shingle right there. Get a little bonus video here. You thought I was gonna leave it, didn't you? Nah. Those that follow me and know, they're like, no, Brian wouldn't have done that. As soon as I get these couple nails, I am gonna check the battery because I think the battery's getting a little on the low side here. Okay, it's far enough out. That's the damaged shingle. We can just break this one out of here. Not gonna hurt anything. One more hidden right here. There it is, right in the keyway again. I used to call it a butt joint, a drip groove, something. I don't know why I got the bad habit of calling it a keyway. Somebody commented on an old video, and that's just what I started calling it. I guess their thought is it's an area a key would shove into, like a key on a door lock, I guess. I don't know. Pop your nails. Don't leave them. Before we put that in, I'm going to check this battery, and we're going to reshoot around that. We'll be right back. I'm going to check this battery. Oh, we're still rolling. 20 minutes in on this. I'm going to throw a new battery in here because I'm sure it's low. The indicator's low. Got batteries right here. We'll be right back. And we're back. Battery was about 20%, so whatever, got them, we're going to throw them in so I don't actually get going and forget to check in. You guys missed the video, so we're back at it. Give it a quick thumbs up. Gentle tap across the thumbs up. We'll get into this repair right here, finish up. Although now I don't know where my running time is. All right, gun. That'll be shot. We're gonna add some sealer under there. It's not necessary, but it's definitely not gonna hurt. I don't seal this edge. I seal up high down the edges in case you get water running out laterally or icing up behind it. We're just gonna go near the top of that shingle, around the edge of the flange here. You can use ice and water if you want. Small dab here. It's going to help seal this down so I don't need to pick this one back up to put my little dabs of sealer in. So I've talked about that before. This would be a good point to show. You'll see me run my line across at the final step, sealing it down. What I'm trying to do is put sealer where my nails are and near the corners of the shingle, right? That's what I'm doing, so this will seal down, because where that nail is pinned down, this is going to adhere to that seal strip. Just get it pushed back into its position. Good. Press it down, shoot it off. That one fractured. Another one. So also, people say you got to hit the same nail. You really risk the integrity of that mat right there not holding. If you don't hit smack dab down in the center, and even if you did, you still risk it not having the gripping power, right? So that's why I don't ever try to shoot for the exact same hole. If you hit just the edge, you've got a weakened part of the mat, it's not gonna grip. That's why you always see me shoot near them, not on them. Now my thought was shooting near them, when I seal it, it'll help seal this. But those people thinking, oh, well, that's a penetration. This shingle, where did I just put one in? No, I didn't. Usually when I put one in, the shingle goes under it, we'll have brand new headlap. I apologize, I didn't do that. I took this one out and I put it back in. So typically where a nail is, like say this shingle you're putting in is going to have that, what I'm just talking about. But if this is the shingle below it that you put in, there's no penetration in the headlap side. We're going to make sure that's sealed up real good. And again, this was not a repair I quoted. This is just a freebie due to the fact that I found it and had a boot on the truck. We're going to go just a little on the edge here because I want to hit the edge of that flange down right there. And usually I seal these after I'm done with the repair. I'm just spotting them as I go right now on this one. So those nail holes, the edge of the shingle. Can't get this far enough over and lift it enough because it's still sealed right here. So I'm going to split that seal strip just a little farther, and I got to take out a nail here that shot in really bad, real crooked. Maybe it's this one right here. Actually, I might be able to salvage that. It's close to the end here. Just drive it in a little bit more and seal it. But the reason I split that is so I can get this up under here a little farther. Okay, seal that older nail hole where I split the seal strip. Never got under that one. Grab the other shingle. A side note and a tip, things I'm thinking about, know from experience, when your shingles are rigid and cold, if you are lifting here, you risk tearing this real easy because you're force lifting it. Sometimes if you do it over the double laminate, you're lifting those areas, it's dispersing your force over a thicker, wider area. It tends to flex a little better and not tear a shingle. So just a thought, if it's rigid, cold, and you're doing this repair, like if you're gonna, now it won't matter so much on an end, but here versus here. Lifting here, you risk tearing it. Lifting here, it's gonna spread that force out a little bit more over a larger area. That's it. Let's seal that side off. Wrap this one up. Just a couple dabs where those nails are. And on the corners. Even though this is a no drip gun, it still drips. So it's always nice to leave it up under your work area, set it over. Like, even though I've released the pressure on it and it is a no drip gun, over time it still will ooze out. So just FYI on that, be careful so you don't make a mess. Double check, make sure if you loosened anything, you've not forgot to seal it. There's a nail right there we're gonna seal. And you can see where it's still stuck. We're just gonna go close to that area, call it good. Stuck. And we'll wrap this video up. Okay, we're going to talk about this real quick. Water's going to divert, even though it is a gasket. If it's an exposed nail, you can seal it. I've seen exposed nails not rust due to certain circumstances, how much rain runoff there is above it, like say at a top end of a hip and ridge, seal it, whatever. The biggest factor on working around pipe boots and your fasteners is not down this edge and not at the bottom. I touched on it in this video, I think, as all videos with pipe boots. Water surface tension will seep into there, and over time, over years, it'll waller out, which yes, that is a word I've come up with, or maybe it is a true word, I don't know, somebody commented about it, but it will cause that nail to get loose. It'll cause the zinc coating or the galvanization on there to wear off. It's just a coating. It will have a penetration, expansion, contraction, many factors over time, usually about, my opinion, 4 to 7 years where you start seeing these issues pop up to about that 10-12 year mark is when those are going to have issues. No different than nails in a drip groove. Over time, about 4 to 7 years, when you start seeing those leaks pop up into the 10 to 12 range, they will have a penetration where water seeps into. You're gonna have more of an issue the lower down they are and the flatter the roof is. The flatter the roof is, the more lateral water movement. Not that it's got legs and wants to run, but due to the surface tension. Steeper roof's gonna run off more. It's gonna be pulled down by gravity. Those are some factors. If it's up high, you're not gonna get near the water soaking over it over time. You get 1 inch of rain, you're gonna have 1 inch of rain multiplied by every square inch down the roof you get. So the lower they are on a section, you're gonna have more of an issue in the flatter the section. So to wrap up, just keep them in and up. All right, that's it. Whatever the plus of the video first with this 9.5 minute is. My name is Brian with Grand Roofing here in Central Indiana in the Kokomo area, doing what I do every day, document it for you guys. Until next time, be safe. Oh, let me know where you're watching from. And the little keyword that I know you watched this far is sloppy work. Put in sloppy work in the comment section. I know you've watched this far. I greatly appreciate it. As always, until next time, be safe. We'll see you then.